Hi guys, in this video we're painting these Americana kind of fun little flip-flops. So make sure you have your canvas out. Scoop out a little bit of your paint onto your plate so you're already there. You're going to need an assortment of brushes. Probably won't use the big one so much, but this medium one, a small one, and then this long skinny liner brush. And a jar or cup of some sort to keep water in. Also, you're going to need paper towels, wherever mine may be. Here's my roll. So just have those on hand as well for drying your brushes after cleaning and in case you have any spills. So I'm going to get started by working on the background. This top chunk up here above this line is going to be red, so I'm just going to fill in red. Just a little on my brush. I'm just going to go around the flip-flop. And just get this all filled in. So nice, even amount of paint on your canvas. You don't want any globs. Just get it spread out nice and thin. Okay, I got the top part done, and I'm just gonna do blue on the bottom. I'm gonna get my brush cleaned out. And just some blue paint. I'm just gonna come in and paint this bottom part. I'm just gonna flip my canvas just so I can get the bottom part better. There's a lip on my easel that gets in my way. Okay, I got my background done. Next, I'm just gonna go in and paint my flip-flops white. So I'm gonna get my brush nice and cleaned out. So I think I can just use my big one because I can go right over the lines of the straps and that will still show. So just some white paint and get your flip-flops filled in. That way when we put the stars on or the stripes on, we already have that white painted. And I can easily see those straps because my paint is nice and thin. Don't have big globs. If you're worried to paint over them, you can go around or take a black Sharpie and trace over the pencil, whatever you prefer. But the pencil shows just fine, just so long as you're not globbing. Oops, a little wet blue there. I'll have to get that another coat because I got blue on my flip-flop. Guess I should have let it dry a little. Okay, that part is done. Now I am gonna blow it dry so that my white is good and dry when I go in. I'm gonna do the top one first and then I'm gonna put stars on it. Let's see, the best way to do that is probably, we probably should have just painted that blue and then the stars on top. Oh, Okay. So I know I just had you paint this one white, but we're gonna paint it blue because to get the stars on there, it'd be easier to paint white stars on top rather than to try to like make star shapes without being able to do it the easy way, like you were grading a paper. So I'm changing it up on you, I'm sorry. We're gonna just go ahead and paint that top flip-flop blue. I'm gonna go around the strap and just get the whole flip-flop filled in. I got a little sloppy there. Okay, got my top one done. So the next ones, these bottom ones, I'm just gonna put red stripes on. So I'm gonna get my brush cleaned out. So the top stripe, I'm gonna just leave white. I'll just leave a little space. I'm gonna come in, let's see. I'm gonna come down right where that strap hits is where the top of my stripe's gonna be. And I'm gonna come down just below where the toe, where the little thong part is, just below that. And try my best to keep it level. And then I'll fill that in red. So this little piece here is my stripe. If you want to get a ruler out and lay it on there to pencil in your line, feel free. It might be easier for you. And one more stripe, it's just gonna be real shallow on the bottom here. I'm gonna go just above where the strap hits. Try to stay level. I just glue a little bit at a time. I'm very shaky. I didn't have breakfast. And maybe too much coffee. And I'll just fill the remainder, this bottom portion, in with red. Going around the strap again. And I'm gonna do the same to the bottom one, except this time the top is gonna be my red stripe. And I'm gonna go just below where the strap comes into the sandal. Go a line across as straight as we can. I'm just gonna go little bits at a time. And then I'm gonna fill that top part in. It might be a little downhill. It's hard to tell from my standing at the side like I do for the video, but I think it's pretty okay. Then I'm gonna skip a spot for the white stripe, and my red stripe, I'm gonna go just below where the thong is and make a stripe. I'll let me come across about like this, and I just go a little bit at a time. Try to stay even, level. I also will look at the white space. So I'm not really looking at my line to stay straight. I look at that white space I'm leaving and just try to eyeball that and keep that space the same thickness all the way down. Then the bottoms of this red stripe, I'm gonna come just above where this strap comes in. About like that. And I'm looking in this space here to stay level. And then I'll just fill that in red. Yeah, a little sloppy on my strap there. Hopefully we can clean that up. There, I got my stripes done. Next, I'm going to go up to my blue flip-flop and start putting on my stars. And I'm just going to be using some white paint and a small brush. And I'm just going to put stars all over that. And I do it like I was grading a paper. And these will probably need 1 or 2 coats. Well, probably at least 2 coats, maybe even 3. I'll just start right here. And I'm not going to worry about the strap. I'll just paint right over it because the strap is going to like go over top, excuse me, of the stars. So the stars might be like blocked by the strap a little. And I'm going to fix the strap too. I'll just take some white because I got a little sloppy on him. So I'm currently just touching up my strap. If you need to do that, excuse me, go right ahead. But it got a little skinny there. Okay, so big star here. And it's gonna go right through the strap. And just fill that baby in. So my hand was probably in the way through that whole thing. So I just did it like I was correcting a paper. Let's put one here. So I just go a line up, a line down, like I was maybe gonna do a triangle. And then the point of that one, I try to take the line and find it through the center of this one, roughly. And then back over center of the other side, and then connect. And then just go in and fill it in with white. Maybe one here. Try to go at a different angle. Maybe he could be a little bit bigger to stretch him out. And you could do smaller ones even. I mean, you'd have to do more of them, or, I mean, just space them out further, perhaps. You could do this however you want. I'm gonna fit one up here, but it's gonna be going off the edge. So I'll just start the bottom and pretend like I'm going up, and then come back down, and then go across, and then across again over here, and back down to that one. Then I can just fill this in. So again on here, I'm gonna have it come off the edge. So here, comes out, pretend like you're just going out. Then you can come back, come across, come down, and then this one would come across. I just need to connect this. And just fill it in. Try to move my hand out of the way so you can see the steps. So you just basically, you continue like you're making the whole star. You just lift your hand, lift the brush off of the canvas, so you're not actually painting on the background. You lift your brush and just make the motion. In my mind it works if I can kind of just see the motion where my line would be, and I can put my brush back down once I get back to the flip-flop. Let's get one here. This one's gonna go right into the strap. And since that's getting painted later, we can just go ahead and just paint right on it. No big deal. And one here. Then I'm gonna squeeze one more up in this area. And once you get them all filled in, as many as you want, just go back in and hit them with another coat just so they have just filled in and get better coverage and look more white. Right now they kind of look like a dirty because the blue shines through pretty good. This may take up to 3 coats to get, you know, real good coverage. I'm just gonna do 2 coats because I need to move on. I don't want the video to be super long. So just wait until each coat is dry before you go back in and do the second or third. But by the time you get them all done, the first ones you've done are likely dry. It doesn't take too long. You might even want 4 coats, I'm not sure. It does take a little time to get the white to cover good, especially on a dark color like blue. Totally up to you, however many coats you want. It is yours. Paint it however it makes you happy. I think the multiple coats, once you get the first one in after you've painted the star, it does go a lot quicker. You don't have to worry about throwing the stars on. You just going back in and covering up your white paint again. So the multiple coats don't take near as much time as the first coat. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the straps. I'm gonna go ahead and start with these ones because I'm gonna just be using blue, and there's a little bit of wet white paint up there. So I'll just give that a little extra time to dry. And I'm gonna just paint my straps. Nice blue. I don't think we're gonna need black. I do not. So we're just gonna do blue. I'm just gonna do this bottom little piece. You'll see the line that's kind of drawn across. So just do this bottom little piece. I'm gonna do the bottom little piece on this one, right where that pencil line is. And I'll do the same on the second one. I'm just gonna do this bottom piece. See how when I overlap, it gets this dark color? I like that, so let's kind of do that intentionally. Kind of creates like a little bit of an outline or a shadow on the blue or on the red. Not so much on the where the white is, but okay, so now I am going to take a little bit of blue and take a little bit of red and stir it together so I make that nice dark blue on purpose. And on that line that is drawn and kind of like an outline around, you're just going to take that dark blue and just outline. I'm going to flip this so I can reach it. And then go ahead and fill in the remaining part of the flip-flop with just plain blue. I think I can use my bigger brush for the majority. Maybe a little brush for like the little between your toes part. We'll see. I like to use a bigger brush whenever I can. It just cuts down on brush stroke marks. And we will outline the outer edge of this as well, especially where it's on the blue. Maybe I should use a smaller brush. It's kind of tight. Kind of tight. And I'm a little shaky today, so better just use the small brush. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a little bit of my dark blue. So it's blue with a little red stirred in. And you can clean up your edges, create like a little bit of an outline if you need to. Especially where the blue and the blue meet on the outside edge here. You can get a little bit of an outline on those, just so you can see where the background starts and the ends and the strap begins or whatever. And do it the same on this one. Just give it a little, just a little touch, just to help clean it up a little. And where the thong is, this little part here that goes between the toes, I'm just gonna put like a little line in there, like a little bit of a shadow. Now I can go ahead and do my red strap. Around the outside edge of these, you can also, if you have any kind of wonky bits, kind of clean up your edge. You could take your dark blue and just kind of brush in a little bit. Kind of creates a bit of a shadow and cleans up your edge line just a little. You can go all the way around if you want, or just anywhere you have like a little spot that you want to clean up. So that's up to you, how much you want to do there. I'm going to move on and do the red strap. I'm going to blow this dry just so I can rest my hand. So just with some red paint. I'm gonna start with this little bottom, like we did these little pieces here where the line is. I'm gonna do the underside. I'm just gonna go all the way around like an outline. So it's about like this. And I'm gonna just dip my brush in a little bit of water. Stir the paint into a little bit of water just to thin it out. We don't want it dripping, so just make sure if you put your plate up like this, it doesn't run off. And then with that watered down bit of red, I'm just gonna fill in the rest. No, I'm not. That does not look good. I'm just gonna fill it all in red. So forget the mess I just told you about watering it down. I was gonna try to do like so it looked shadowed. And if we put white in our paint, it then turns pink. And I didn't want the highlight to look pink, so I thought if we thinned the paint, it would just be a light red, because it would let some of that white show through from the canvas. But that didn't work out quite as planned, so nix that idea. Just go ahead and paint these little bits the red. And then I'll have you just take a little bit of blue on your red brush. And just kind of, we can just put like a little bit of the shadow in there. And it's just a teeny tiny bit of blue. Then I'll go on and just fill in the rest of the strap. Then on this outside edge where it overlaps, it doesn't really overlap, but where the red meets the red, I'm just gonna take a little bit of blue on my brush and just kind of give that a little edge. And again, if you want to go around the outside edge, you could take the blue purple around this edge of your flip-flop. If you want to just clean up any edges, you can go ahead and do that. You can go all the way around, whatever you prefer. I got a little spot there that didn't even get painted. So you can just go in and touch up your edges if you need to, kind of outline. And just using that, it's like very dark blue, almost purpley color. I just mixed red in with blue to do it. I'm gonna put a little bit of a line. So I'm gonna take a little blue and stir it into red just to darken my red, just a smidge. And I want, just like how I have this little line down in this little thong here, I'm just gonna put in a little bit of that dark red right there. And I do believe I am finished. At this point, if you want to go in and just touch up your stripes, do another coat, you can add another coat on your white, just depending on, you know, how you're feeling about it right now. I'm going to go ahead and get mine signed. I'm going to add a little water into my paint. I'm going to use this dark blue purpley color and sign down in the bottom right hand corner. And done. When you're finished, take pictures. I love seeing your work. You can post right to my Facebook page, Willy-Nilly. There is a post pinned right at the top where you can share. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.